Regardless of what type of speech you're giving, there are some aspects that will stay similar in all types of speeches. One of these things is analyzing the audience and adapting to the audience's responses. When you're preparing for a speech, understanding your audience is key to making sure your message hits home. It's like knowing your guest's taste before cooking a big meal, because of course, you want to serve up something that everyone will enjoy. First off, get to know the basics about your audience. This includes things like age, cultural background, interests, or profession. Knowing the average age of your audience can give you a lot of clues about how to shape your speech. If you're speaking to a younger crowd, think about using contemporary references and examples that they can relate to, like mentioning the latest trends or using analogies that involve technology or pop culture. On the other hand, if your audience is a bit older, incorporating historical context or well-established examples might resonate more with them. Culture plays a big role in how people communicate and interpret messages. If you're speaking to an audience from a high context culture like Japan, you might want to focus on more subtle, indirect communication and rely on implicit messages. For audiences from low context cultures like the United States, it's usually better to be straightforward and direct in your messaging. Think about what your audience does and what interests them. If you're speaking to a room full of engineers, it's okay to discuss technical details and use industry-specific jargons. But if your audience is more general, simplify those technical terms and focus on broader concepts that everyone can understand. Tailoring your content this way helps keep the audience engaged and makes your message more impactful. Once you have a good sense of who your audience is, the next step is to tailor your messages to suit them. This involves adjusting your tone, emotional appeal, and content to make sure it's relevant and engaging. The setting of your speech will often dictate whether you should use a formal or an informal tone. In professional or academic settings, such as a conference keynote, a formal tone with structured sentences is usually expected. However, if you're speaking at a community event or giving a motivational speech, a more relaxed and friendly tone can help you connect better with your audience. Think about how much emotion you should incorporate into your speech based on who you're speaking to. If your audience is passionate about social issues, don't be afraid to use evocative stories and emotional language to stir their feelings. For a business audience, it's often better to balance emotion with logic, focus on data, case studies, and rational arguments. Make sure what you're saying is directly relevant to your audience's needs or concerns. For instance, if you're speaking to an environmental activist, focus on sustainability and ecological issues. Tailoring your content to address what your audience cares about will make your speech more engaging and impactful. Use examples that your audience can relate to. For a corporate audience, talk about successful business strategies or market trends. If you're speaking to students, relate your examples to academic challenges or career goals. The more your examples resonate with their experiences, the more they'll connect with your message. In conclusion, giving a speech isn't just about standing in front of an audience and delivering a well-prepared message. It's about connecting with people in front of you, understanding their backgrounds, and speaking directly to their needs and interests. You can create a more engaging and impactful experience for everyone involved by analyzing your audience and tailoring your speech to match their demographics, cultural backgrounds, interests, and professional fields. Think of it as crafting a story that is uniquely suited for your listeners, one that resonates deeply and leaves a lasting impression. Whether you're speaking to a group of students, professionals, or community members, the key to a successful speech is making your audience feel understood and valued. A great speech isn't just heard, it's felt. So take the time to know your audience, speak to them in a way that matters, and watch your words truly come to life.